Yo, what's up, everybody? How is it going? It's Hamster Mac Scratched Face here, and we're playing Anti-Mage. So this is like the first regular Baumi plays I'm recording in quite a while. I had my wisdom teeth taken out last week. Wait, no, this week. And my face is still all swollen, and I also I don't know what happened there. But it hurts, and it's not that nice. But it's already healing, so it's fine. But yeah, playing Anti-Mage here because I haven't played Dota in a hot minute, and I thought it might be a good idea to play something I know how to play. And yeah, so that's the plan for today. Now, I got some things. So first of all, Frostivus contest. We're working on it, right? I'm gonna show off our game really soon. Probably today, right? Probably by, when this video goes up, I'll also, later on upload a video of, our game mode. We're just still working on it, and I wanted to, the thing is, when we're gonna show it off, I wanna show it off when it's in, a state where it's actually, kind of closer to what I want the final product to be. And we're pretty close to that. It's just at the stage we're at right now, we just need, some final steps, right? We're, really close. We're just not quite there yet, but really close. So, yeah. Anyway. I did lose 4 wisdom. That is true. That entire ordeal, by the way, went really smooth. Everything is great. Which is nice. You know, I just kind of had the teeth taken out and all of that. Yesterday, I went to that school that I talked to you guys about, that you keep making fun of because of the, whole gifted thing I talked about. Although I'm actually, after going there, I kind of am, I didn't figure anything out. Right? Because, here's the thing. Before, I wasn't sure if I want to go. And after, I'm still not sure if I want to go. Because now I know that, I'll be spending quite a lot of time there. And I don't really know how I'm supposed to, work if I do that. Right? So, who the hell is gonna pay for food? Which is kind of a problem. And also the question is, I don't even think I really need it. I don't know. Anyway, it's a big, long discussion. I don't really want to go into that. But I went there yesterday. But what's kind of cool there is, it's just all super high-tech, top-tier technology shit. And they've got yeah, I don't know. There's good shit in that regard, right? It's a really good school. And if I were to get in, that would be pretty damn cool. And I think I can get in. I easily fit all of the criteria they have. They have a little admission exam that you have to complete. But I was told that in the course I want to take, it's essentially, here's an abstract thing, make a game with it. And I'm just okay. I mean, that's not a problem. I'll do that. Right? That is just not something that's not, really, that doesn't come, I don't know. It's something that comes pretty naturally to me, I suppose. If that makes sense. So, I'm okay with that. I think that would be fine. But I'm still just not sure if I want to even, really bother. Anyway. So that's the one thing. The other thing, which is less relevant, but really funny, we played Pathfinder last week. And we are now doing a campaign where Abba is our GM. Right? And Abba is both the world's best and worst GM. That is what we have learned. Because it is so funny. I'm actually so sad we're not recording it. I'm actually really kind of after last session, we were fucking laughing on the floor. It was so funny. Can we get this? No. Because here's kind of what happened, right? We were out in the wilderness, we ran into a camp of bandits. We attacked the camp of bandits. We killed the camp of bandits. Turns out they're not bandits, they're rebels, and they were trying to rob a lady. Right? So, we talked to them. Well, we talked to the lady, right? And then, Chris kind of, is, not that nice, and is hey, you know what? Maybe you can give us a little bit of money for saving you, and then she gives us a single gold piece. 1. Oh shit, we're kind of dying here. Alright, let me grab that. She gives us a single gold piece. And, I'm just okay, well, clearly she doesn't have a lot of money. Plot twist, turns out her father is the king and they are rich as fuck. She's just really stingy and didn't want to give us any money. Totally okay with risking her life over not paying more than a single gold piece to the people that just slaughtered a bunch of people in front of her. And by the way, we were openly discussing whether or not we wanted to join the rebels or not. But she didn't care about that much either, because then the king invited us to his domicile anyway. Because it's just like, hey, you saved my daughter. And we're just like, wait a second. He's like, nah, just come here, it's fine. It's fine. you saved my daughter. And we're just like, okay, well that's okay, I guess, right? Like, I guess we'll show up. Right? Oh shit, I'll be dying. Possibly. Nice. Oh, hello. Cool. Alright, so we're just like, okay. I guess we did save her. Right? We're openly debating whether or not we want to join in on the rebels. And in fact, we were actually like 80% favorable in favor of the rebels. I mean, we're seriously considering that we're just gonna take the lady prisoner ourselves after rescuing her from the other rebels. Right? But somehow that got swept under the table. Alright, like somehow that was just fine. And then Abba was like, here, sign a receipt for capture, like for saving the princess. So apparently this happens a lot. Right? And we're just like, we got a princess saving receipt and we gave that to the king. And that's where we are right now. And I'm just like so confused, but at the same time, it's so fucking funny. It is so good. Alright? There was also this one, like, rebel that was trying to convince us that they were robbing her for the greater good. And I'm just like, wait, you're robbing her for the greater good. You're taking her money and then just taking it yourself for the greater good. And they're just like, yes. And I'm like, wait, that is not how the greater good works, man. That is just not how the greater good works. What the hell are you guys talking about? So, yeah. And that's why I'm saying you guys are really missing out, and I feel kind of bad. God, that shit is funny. That shit is funny. Also, Frey's character can't read or write or attack or cast spells. I don't know what the fuck Frey's character is. We are all convinced it's actually a ghost and we are hallucinating. Because, like, Frey's character can't attack, write, read, cast spells. It's just not doing anything. Like, nothing at all. So, yeah. So we are all just like, it's a ghost. It's a ghost. Definitely a ghost. Nice, another kill. It's just been a really nice lineup here, you know? I don't have that many last hits, but we have a lot of assists, which is somewhat useful, I guess. So yeah. Anyway. My favorite part of the night, though, was the princess offering us a single gold for her life. You know, one. We don't wanna spend too much money on this, right? Like, it's not worth that much now. So just have your gold, your one gold, and be on your way. All right, let me get this. Let me get there. And we have our boots of speed. Nice. Thank you. I just got this. It's not something I would usually buy, but I got it because we're going up against Zeus and all of that shit. Alright, and this line is a little bit silly, so I thought like some additional survivability would go a long way. Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, you know. Anyway. Oh, by the way, something I've been watching a lot of is like Penn and Teller Fool Us. I've been watching a lot of like magic. I don't know, I found the clips on YouTube and then I just started watching the show and it's actually kind of really fun. Like if you're just looking for something that's like easily digestible and like small pieces of content that is really just kind of okay. Like, is it amazing? No. But is it fine? Yes, it's like fine. It's like super fine. Right? In that case, that is definitely a good thing for that. Like, it is the pinnacle of fine, I would say. It's the pinnacle of fine. Yeah, before that I was watching Modern Family, but now I've gotten really upset at Modern Family because like, holy shit, why are they not ending that show? How is Modern Family still going on? Right, I really like the early seasons of Modern Family. Like, season 1 is okay, seasons 2 through 4 I think are fantastic. But I'm just like, when is this shit ever going to end? And seriously, please just let it die. Like, just put an end to it. Just kill every single character on the show except for Phil, because Phil really doesn't deserve it. Right? But, like, kill everybody. They're all terrible. Fuck, Cam. Cam is the worst. I hate Cam. And, yes. That's my statement on Modern Family there. Because, like, how is that show still happening? How is that show still happening? Seriously. Can you just, like, sometimes you just gotta let things go. Basically every TV series ever. No, that's not true at all. There's lots of TV shows that end when they're, like, supposed to end. Right? Like, Parks and Rec ends on a really good note, I think. Right? They basically got an entire season just as, like, a finish run, which is fantastic. Like, they use an entire season just to, as a way to, like, finish out the series. And then there is, you know, like, any show that's, like, big story-based, like Breaking Bad. It's great. Like, it just ends when it's supposed to end. But, goddamn, Modern Family just keeps going. Just keeps going, and I'm just like, oh my god. This doesn't even make sense anymore. These people are not your children at this stage. They're like 30 years old and living in your basement, and we all know that is just a giant excuse to, like, keep them here. Just get a new family, man. Just change something. This is not okay. This is not okay. Also, I'm, like, really lonely inside up here. Oh, there he is. Yeah, I'm kind of worried about that guy. So, yeah. That's that. Let me go and get some more blank here. Cam, the little Colombian kid. That's not Cam. Cam is the fat gay dude. Like, Cam is part of the Cam and Mitchell. They're the gay couple. And Cam is the worst. Cam is just a genuinely horrible human being. Cam is somebody, if I met him in real life, I would just not want anything to do with him. Because he's just the worst. He is the worst. I have no idea how anybody would willingly put up with Cam. I just don't get it. So, you know. Alright. Okay, Shackles? Oh, on the other guy, okay. Not enough. Don't worry, we've got 100 damage ultimate. Easy life. Best ability in the game. Okay, there we go. But yeah. Avatar The Last Airbender. Yeah, Avatar The Last Airbender ends on a really good note, I think. You know, it just ends when it's supposed to be over. It's just like, yeah, this is over now. And I'm like, yeah, that's good. It's a good time to end it. Right? Not everything keeps going until it's just like dead. Like Modern Family is a living corpse. It's just like wandering around. It's a zombie of a TV show. I'm getting wrecked here. This is not gonna work. Okay. There's a shrapnel. I'm out. Rip you. Okay, blink away and get out of there. But yeah. Legend of Korra went on for too long. I think Legend of Korra is like a different issue altogether. Legend of Korra, like if those people just had known that they had like 4 seasons to flesh out a storyline, I think they could have made something amazing. That everybody would be like, Korra is one of the greatest TV shows ever made. But they didn't. They didn't, so they had to like conclude every storyline within the season, and it's just like really frustrating because I feel like there was like so much missed potential here. I think Korra is like a really nice TV show, and it is still one of the greatest wastes of potential that I've ever seen. But yeah. Anyway, let me go and get some casual threads here. Yeah, top tower is dead. They finally got what they were looking for. Finally got what they were looking for, but hey, what can you do? But yeah, my mouse still hurts, but that's okay. It's gonna hurt for a while, right? Not much you can do about it. Not much you can do about it, and come on. And that's fine. And that's fine. Although, like, going to the uni yesterday was still like really in quite a bit of pain. Certainly it wasn't a lot of fun. Yeah. The thing about that school as well is it's actually like really a film school. Like they spend... I was there for like 3 hours. And out of those 3 hours I got like maybe half an hour of information on video games. And like how they do their video game shit. Right? And I'm just like, okay, well yeah. And that's me going into the like presentation about the video game shit. You know, they just lumped it together with animation, and they just did all of their stuff on animation. They spent 2.5 hours on animation and like half an hour on video games. And I'm just like, okay. Okay. Let me go over here. Well, we're kind of wrecking these guys, so that's nice. Feels good. Who's got a monster kill? So is it Doom? Oh, wow. How? What? How? Like seriously, just how? How does that even happen? Okay, it's level 14. Interesting. Oh well. Oh, sheet. Well, we got him. We want you to study a Baumi because you are gifted. I don't know why you guys keep making fun of me for that when it's not even my words. Like, do you think you hurt me by saying gifted? Because you don't. Because those are not my words. And if they were my words, I would certainly not be using those words. Like what the fuck? Like, I feel like you guys are just memeing against nobody. Like, can't you, like, go back to Lotus Orb memes? That just kind of made a little bit of sense, at least. Alright, you guys were better at Lotus Orb memeing, I'll be honest. How the fuck is Doom 12-0? What is happening? Like, how does that even... That's not my curry, I didn't use it. Did I? I may have.
Yeah, but like you send it to the secret shop and I bought
oh, that, yeah, whatever.
Use it now.
It's fine, I got Battle Fury, easy life.
Okay.
Easy life. Okay, let's get these. Okay. Oh, Baumi, I see you're not dead. Dang, I lost 50, dead. I lost 50 bucks. Really? You bet on me dying? From Wisdom Teeth? That's a bad bet, man. That is not a good bet. Should have taken a better bet, man. I mean, I assume there was a lot of hopeful prayer involved. Because, like, people don't usually die from Wisdom Teeth. Alright. Okay, let's just push. Easy tower kill. It's not really like the earliest Battle Fury or anything like that, but admittedly I also kind of had a messy lane. So if you like keep that in mind, I think it's fine. What do I want out of this school? Really just a piece of paper that tells me that I went to school. Like, the thing is, you wanna talk about the school thing. Let's talk about the school thing. Right? So here's the thing about the school. These are what I believe to be the selling points and the reasons to go. A. It's a really nice school. It's just a good school, right? Okay, cool. B. I get a piece of paper that tells people, hey, this guy knows what he's doing. Cool. C. there was one really compelling argument somebody made, which I liked a lot, which is basically, if you go to school here, you can make all of the mistakes you would later do in the real business world. You can just make them here, not make them on anybody's dime, and just be safe. Right? So all of the mistakes you would usually be making out in the real world and that then would cost people money, you can make them here instead. And I think that's actually a good argument. To me, that makes sense. Right? It's like saying, okay, you know what? Yeah, no. Like that does, like that kind of takes some risk away and just gives me like an environment where I can learn. Cool, that makes sense. Right? Like that makes sense, no? Like I like that argument. I think that's a strong argument. Let's go over here, just get a Castle Vanguard, I think. No, I don't want this. Alright. And that's kind of it already. Here are the things I don't like about going to school. It would take 4.5 years. That's already the first big thing. Secondly, they really expect you to spend a lot of time on school. Like, that's the part of it. They just want you to spend a lot of time on school. And if you don't spend a lot of time on school, then you're not going to do very well. Problem is, I don't really have that much time that I can spend on school. Like, because I need to make money. I'm kind of, you know, trying to put food on the table. As well as, I don't really want to give up my job with Infinite Fleet. Because I'm like, you know, I already kind of have a game design job. Do I want to give up my game design job so I can then go to school to learn how to be a game designer? You get what I mean? You get what I mean? You get the problem? You see the issue where I'm just like, that doesn't feel great. That doesn't feel great. Right? Like, okay. Because like I would have to give something up. Because they expect you to spend like 8 to 10 hours a day on school. So I'm just like, okay, so I have to either give up my game design job or streaming. I can't give up streaming because then I don't have any money. Right? Like then we can't eat. So that doesn't feel good, does it? Next thing. I talked to somebody there and was like, hey, you know, like I have a game design job already. Or like, oh, not really that. Well, actually, no, wait. My argument right now was going a different place. I talked to somebody there and was like, yo, how important is having a piece of paper that says, hey, I know how to do these things? And he was like, doesn't fucking matter. Right? Like, just said it straight to my face that it's not important to have a piece of paper that shows that you went to school. Because in the field, it is really more about having proven knowledge, more so than like having practically proven knowledge and understanding, as opposed to having a piece of paper that says you have knowledge and understanding. None shall hinder me. Right? So now I'm thinking, okay, well, so the degree isn't really that important, so that kind of falls out of the picture. It would still be nice to have one. Right? Here's the thing, right? Like, while I understand that a lot of companies, like, say they don't value it that much, I don't believe that for a fucking second. Because people care about people having a degree. They just do. That's just like a thing. Alright? So, that's like the next problem there a little bit. So I'm not really too happy about that. One thing I forgot to bring up that really goes strongly into favor of the school though. So this is, again, this is a very prestigious school. Right? It's like a really good, awesome school. And, they have contacts. They have shitload of contacts. And in fact, they were just like, yo, like, seriously, the first 2 years you're here, we really just expect you to, like, communicate with people and like, become part of, like, a network, right? Like, make connections. And they have connections, right? And they fly people in. They fly people in from fucking Ubisoft and, like, that have worked on Assassin's Creed and shit. Even though it would be nice if they would fly people in that actually worked on good video games. That would be preferable, but, you know, it's a start. Right? And they have all of that. They have access to, like, so many fucking resources. It's crazy. And that's pretty good. Right? And I understand that making connections is very important. It's like almost, it's actually probably more important than having a degree. Right? So I can totally see that point. I totally see that. Where I'm just like, you know, like having those connections would be really important, and that is a place where you could make them. Now here's the problem, though. I also asked them what would I be doing for the first 2 years, because it is primarily a film school, and for the first 2 years, I wouldn't even be doing fucking video games. For the first 2 years, they mostly want you to do film stuff. So I'm just like, well, so I'll just be wasting the first 2 years then, because I have no interest in making films. I do not want to make films. This is not why I want to come here. Right? Which is like the next problem. There's a lot of pros and cons. Right? Like, you see what I mean, right? There's a lot of, like, reasons for, like, where I'm just like, yeah, okay, you know, that makes sense. And then there's a lot of strong reasons why I'm just like, no. And then at the end, I always think to myself, well, what if, like, the whole Twitch and YouTube money just dries out tomorrow, though? Then I'm still just a retard without a degree. Right? Then I'm still just some idiot that doesn't really have any significance under his belt, doesn't have a degree, and doesn't know what to do with his life. Well, actually, I do know what I want to do with my life, but I don't know where to start. And that's a situation I'm trying to avoid, if at all possible. So do you get the problem?
We won this, right? Can you just go and pick on my car?
Oh, and yes, Assassin's Creed is a bad game. I don't know about the new modern ones, but like, the original Assassin's Creed was a garbage video game. Garbage! And unhired. Anybody that ever considered hired me. Actually, something I thought I might want to consider, like, I kind of want to just apply to video game companies right now. Does that make sense? Like, just like message a bunch of video game companies and be like, yo, you guys want me to like work on balance and shit? I can do that. I already have like a few in mind. And I feel like I should just do that. But I don't know. Why do I think Assassin's Creed is bad? It's just no actual... Okay. Assassin's Creed is not a bad video game. Like, in the grand scheme of things, they're fine. The problem is you need to understand, what do I value in a video game? This is what I value in a video game. I value mechanics. I value strong mechanics. I value the gameplay. Right? To me, that's the most important piece of any fucking video game. The gameplay, the mechanics. If the mechanics aren't good, then the game isn't good. Right? And you cannot fucking tell me that Assassin's Creed has good mechanics. Dude, the fighting system is push one button at the right timing. Like, what the fuck? Like, how is that a good fighting system? How is that good mechanics? It's terrible. Right? Now, if you aren't like me, and you aren't like gameplay is king and nothing else matters if gameplay is bad. Because that's how I think, right? Like, if gameplay is bad, I don't think the rest of the game holds any fucking relevance. It just, to me, it doesn't matter. If the gameplay is bad, I'm not going to enjoy the game. I don't want to play it. Right? And you can have the greatest story and the greatest art style and all of that. Don't care. Gameplay's bad. Don't care. Yeah. Anyway. So, I don't know. I'm currently leaning towards no. Right? Like, currently, in regards to the whole school situation, I'm just like... Not really. I don't really want to go. Because I also just don't think that going to a school is the right environment for me. Because I'm somebody, I really learn a lot more by doing. I learn very quickly if you just have me figure things out on my own and just learn them by doing and all of that. But if you put me into a classroom and tell me, listen to this, then I just doze off immediately. That just doesn't work for me. Like, I've tried it and it has never worked for me. That is just not the environment that I flourish in. So, you know, I feel like I should be aware of that about myself and I should probably act accordingly. But it would still be nice to have a degree. You get what I mean?
Yes.
Thinking AC is about Assassin's Creed about fighting gameplay only. Well, it's just like, but... the thing is, that's the part that bothered me. That's the part I didn't like. And I didn't like that part so much that the rest of the game wasn't fun. Right? Because I feel like I was just wasting my time on this terrible combat system. And yes, there's more to the game, but I just didn't like it. We got carried hard by Doom anyway. I am trying to catch up on videos. I'm sorry. I know this is a terrible fucking video. But I simply need to catch up on videos. It's that simple. So because I got sick with my teeth and all of that, right? I just have to catch up. So I'll see you tomorrow for a proper video. Goodbye.